Dear human being, beloved soul, I welcome you to my podcast series, Conversations with the Universe. After a near-death experience, my perception of our human existence changed profoundly. I became more sensitive, with all our known senses. I feel more intensely, see people with different eyes, and often take a different perspective on life and our challenges. In my books, I share these altered perspectives and all the knowledge that has flowed through me since my near death and thus record it. For all those who are searching for something more, for the meaning of our existence here on Mother Earth. And it is now a great pleasure for me to share this knowledge with you in this way as a supplement to my books. This season I am dedicating myself to my very first work, the basics of being. I wish you many wonderful insights on your path. Thank you. Love.
First, a quick note about my network, Spine. This is short for the Spiritual Network and is the first global social media network for holistic knowledge, awareness, spirituality, and above all, a bridge between providers and seekers. I invite you to join us and connect with me there. Feel free to look around, find lots of podcasts, events, healers, but above all, lots of inspiration to grow. It's free. But now let's start with today's episode. Find balance dash, the key to equilibrium. To be means to breathe in and breathe out, to push and let go, to act and let things happen, to give and allow, to be and let be. Everything that exists moves in this interplay. Consistency, perseverance, impulse, and calm are not opposites, but two poles of the same force. Creation arises only through the rhythmic alternation between these two states. The sixth key reminds you of this. Every action needs its counterpart. Waiting, allowing, maturing. Consistency is a dynamic process. It is not stubborn, unyielding action, but the intelligent interplay of giving and receiving. Setting impulses and waiting for reactions. Moving forward and standing still when the moment of action is over. The balance between these poles is crucial because without it, every creation becomes unstable. Too much pressure destroys form. Too little pressure prevents form from ever emerging. Gross matter follows different laws than the subtle spiritual level. Spiritual impulses are immediate, instantaneous, fleeting, fast. Matter, on the other hand, moves slowly, sluggishly, firmly anchored in natural processes. Everything that is to become material needs time to grow, dry, heal, mature. People must meet, paths must cross, structures must emerge, energies must settle. There are biological, physical, and energetic times that you cannot shorten. Therefore, it is of no use to simply appear consistent when the action itself is embedded in laws that are beyond your control. The sixth key calls on you to recognize and accept these laws and to integrate them into your creative process. It reminds you that a balance between urgency and acceptance is necessary, an inner adjustment that must be found again and again. Act when it is appropriate. Do not act when the process itself must take effect. Small, targeted impulses, and then retreat so that the matter can follow. Patience is not passivity, but an active attitude. Patience requires trust. Basic trust in life, in your destiny, in the laws of this world. You cannot make the grass grow faster, but you can protect it, care for it, observe it, and be ready when it is tall enough. Patience means accepting resistance instead of rushing against it. The art lies in finding the right speed for your own actions so as not to fall out of the natural rhythm of creation. Trusting consistently takes patience, and acting consistently takes strength. But it is precisely this interplay that makes creative work possible in the first place. The sixth key calls on you to exploit your possibilities without falling into compulsion or paralysis. You should not give up, but rather provide regular impetus, while being aware of when you need to act and when you should let things take their course. Believe in yourself, in your path, and in the laws that sustain you. Act where you should act. And sit back where matter needs time to process your impulses. Patience is not resignation. Patience is the intelligent recognition of one's own limits within larger orders. The key is balance. If you push too hard, life will slow you down. Whether through external events, disappointments, exhaustion, or blockages. If, on the other hand, you do too little, your form will sink back into the unformed. Your idea will disintegrate before it can become reality. Just as life arises from the balance between feminine and masculine energy, so too does every creative process arise from this polarity. Masculine energy provides impetus. Feminine energy receives, nourishes, supports, and allows growth. Only together do they create stability. Live and let live. Give and allow to be shaped. Act and rest. Do not waste energy impatiently, but work in trust of the laws. And yet, do not sink into passivity. That is the essence of the sixth key, conscious action in the right measure. The two extreme opposites of this key are lethargy and excessive desire. Lethargy arises when you rely completely on trust and assume that everything will happen by itself, without your intervention. Then you are no longer the creator. Instead, other people and external circumstances determine your path. You thereby relinquish your creative position. Excessive desire, on the other hand, pulls you out of the flow of life. You try to force what cannot be forced. You forget the natural rhythms that you cannot accelerate. You work against the order instead of within it. Both extremes cause your creation to become unstable. The process tips over, the form breaks, the goal recedes again. That is why the sixth key calls on you to remain alert and at the same time calm. Be consistent in your actions, and yet trust in the knowledge that everything will bear fruit at the right time. Everything has its moment. Everything unfolds in the rhythm of the greater laws. To summarize, find the balance between the urgent, impulsive power of the masculine and the patient, receptive, sustaining power of the feminine. Both are necessary. Both must be equally present. Only in the balanced connection of these two energies does the right measure arise, the power that truly works in this world and shapes matter. Patience is the most sacred of all passions, but even it only creates suffering if it is not followed by impulse. With this in mind, I thank you again for listening and growing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you. Love. Carpe Vitam. Seize the day. Thank you very much for listening, and I would like to remind you to join our community Spine. We are a community that wants to help you live a healthier life, practice your spirituality, and expand your consciousness. We help you find and connect with healers around the world, and we help you give your life a new meaning in different ways. We are Spine, connections that help.